Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-sha from wisdomseekers.net, and I'm here today for Earth, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, including is from April 12th to the 18th, 2020. And with that, let's start. And this card insisted on coming out. I tried very hard to not, but feeling alone. And I think that's probably a fairly pervasive feeling right now, because even when you're stuck in a house with lots of people, there's this sense of being alone and handling life all on its own. And that's just the way it is sometimes. But being alone gives you a chance to get to know who you are. And that's extremely important. And people don't always know who they are. I know that sounds like an oxymoron because you're with yourself all the time. But if you're always busy, you don't really have a chance. You don't really have a chance to get to know who you are. Get to know who you are. You might actually like who you are. And the parts that you're afraid of, face them. Once you face them, they're no longer that big, scary unknown. And it's the fear itself, you'll find, is the most is the worst part of what you're facing, is not what or who you are or what or who you're facing. It's the fear that is. The base card, very important card. It's the Hierophant. And the Hierophant in my deck is about healing. He's a major healer. Is a Chiron, and Chiron. He's a healer in astrology as well. He makes you face your inner demons, basically. And when I say demons, the demons are usually just the fear. And once you face them, once you have the knowledge of yourself, and Hierophant is about knowledge, either seen or unseen. Once you face the fears, then you have a sense of relief, a sense of lightness, a sense of rightness that you've never felt before. And then the card that covers it, and this is for this week, is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is basically about being a frustration. You can only see what you've got. You can't see what you're going to have or what's going to be there for you. And right now, I'm pretty certain a lot of people can only see what's in front of their nose. They can't see what they're gaining yet. They will see it in hindsight, but right now, that's what it is. And this is the Hangman is behind us, and the Hangman is always about being patient, waiting to see, waiting to find out. And we've been waiting. I don't remember exactly how long. Different people have been in quarantine different lengths of time. But it feels exactly like the Hangman. But what's really interesting about the Hangman is that there is a lot of things occurring, but not in a way that you know about it. It might be there's mumblings on the internet, but what's the truth on the internet? I mean, Facebook has so many things out there. Oh, I was just reading something. It says, either stay 6 feet away or stay 6 feet under. Well, the truth is, the majority of people are not dying, but that name suggests that everybody who gets the coronavirus is going to die. Well, that's a load of crap. There's so many things out there that load of crap. But there is a lot of things happening that we do not understand, we do not know. And quite often, I suspect we'll never know. But be patient, things are happening, and the Hangman suggests that things are going to get better. And with that comes the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is that because we are allowing ourselves to think, allowing ourselves to feel, allowing ourselves to just be, old energy is coming up, and I'm talking about ancient energy, which has knowledge. It can be just self-knowledge, but it's things that are coming back to you, and you're getting these aha moments. This is for this week, right? Coming up from the 12th to the 18th, I think it was. So there's a lot of aha moments coming up for you, a lot of really cool things. And I'm going to read these two cards together, and they're, because one is not positive and the other one is very good, and you don't want the short future to be the Four of Pentacles, for instance, which is rigidity, fear of moving, fear of shifting and changing. We want that not to be part of our future. So with that, we will have some of that. There's always a bit of that when we have to mourn what we've had to go forward. There's always a bit of rigidity and resentment and digging in the heels. It's normal. But when we're through with that, we have the Judgment. And in my deck, as you can see, it's being called out of the dark into the light, or out of the not knowing into the knowing. So things are happening, and that's 3 major arcana right there. Things are happening behind the scenes where we will get to know at least a little bit of it. And once we know, and it's self-knowledge is far more important than knowledge out in the world. Once we get to know that, what happens? Well, I'm going to read the next 2 cards together too, just because they fit together easily. The 2 of Cups. We go into a balance of the male, the female, the yin, the yang. But it also takes us, and this is another major arcana, so that's 4 major arcana for this week. It takes us to the Fool, which means there's a brand new, absolutely new journey in front of you. And with a new journey, absolutely anything is possible. The good, the bad. And we're just going to stick with the good this time, because you're guided by angels. You have the potential to learn and be anything. And again, what supports us through the week is, of course, subconscious change, deep subconscious change. What's really funny about this card is you actually want to make the change. People don't realize it, but when the information comes up for you to shift and change, it's because you truly have chosen that for yourself. So this is the 5th major arcana, and it's the Magician. And the Magician is saying we bring energy from above down below, and we learn to shift it and change it. And what comes next is another major arcana, and it's basically the same thing, except that it's Temperance, except that with this major arcana, so that's 6 major arcana for this week, except that for this major arcana, you not only bring the energy from below, but you start to help to move things and shift things in a way that creates more unity. For instance, on the 4th, the 4-4, there was a world meditation, and somebody chose a time. For me, it was 7 o'clock. And I was in a group of 25,500 people. And I suspect worldwide there's probably easily 1 million people meditating that day. I suspect. I don't know. I never saw the numbers. I just know that there were groups like the group I was in, and many of them measured in the 25,000. The change that we're going through will have a hard opening, of course, but it's going to create some discomfort, of course. It always does. But this card is a card of frustration, knowing you're just not seeing the way out. No, maybe not knowing there's a way out, but there is a way out. And this card is depression, but it's also coming to an end. And the last card, well, the last cards let's see. I've gone on long enough. It basically tells you everything. So that was, I think, I forget, 6 major arcana. The last one is the Hermit, and that's leading the way, teaching. So this week is probably a week when we're going to feel, at least Earth is going to feel more secluded than they have for a while, but it's also their time of greatest learning. So feeling alone, it's going to give you that push, that impetus, and it will bring you to a place of joy and safety. So it all has its benefits. It all has that which is important to it and valid. So easy week. They're never easy weeks. I haven't read a card set for months, maybe months and months, that gives you an easy week. But good week, absolutely good week. Okay, I am done. And I have a hair sticking out.
So Mama B starts us off with, what's Michael's current energy?
Current energy is tapping his hands, flipping his feet, going, bouncing like in place, frustrated, angsty, wanting to do something, sitting down again because there's nothing he can do, not easily. But if you're asking what he feels about you, that's a different answer. That's a different question altogether. But that's his current energy. Is he wants to get up and do and move and shake and rattle and roll, and he can't. And at the moment, that's his overriding energy. He's not. He's not honestly thinking of anybody else. He's kind of. It's not that he wouldn't think of somebody else. He's so caught up in the energy of feeling trapped that he's not feeling. He's not out there. He's not feeling anything for anything but that. It's probably something that will pass. Give him a cup of strong coffee or something like that, and he'd probably be much better. Okay.
Fiona R. asks, does my mom have plans to harm my boyfriend?
I think you're just got too much time on your hand, and you're thinking too much, and if that's the case, if that's what you think, and I suspect you probably talking about voodoo or juju or voodoo or whatever, one of those, or Santoria, and surround him with light. Protect him. I mean, it just seems to me that you're kind of enjoying living in the drama of the moment rather than getting out there and doing something about it. You can talk to your mom and say, hey, hands off. Or you can surround him by light. Make sure the energy hits and bounces off. And with you're that bored, just do it. Just do it because. Okay? And yes, I do recognize there are a lot of practitioners out there, and they're not highly spiritual, so they would interfere. But do something about it. Don't just sit and wonder. Do something about it. Do it in a very positive way. Like I said, fill his aura so nothing can touch him. All right?
Emily Coyne asks, hey, Eliz-sha and Elle, do you see me and Monty getting an apartment soon?
He might not be the apartment of your dreams, but I think it actually is going to happen. It might, in this case, I think it's just thank God, and let's take whatever comes along, and from there, you can make it into something that's fun for a little while, but eventually you're going to want to move. You're going to want to move out of that place because it is kind of not the Ritz, but at the same time, it will be fun. So yes, I do see you moving out sometime soon.
Lily Duo asks,
Hi,
hello
Lila.
ladies, I'm Taurus. I would like to ask regarding my man, is his energy shifting towards some belief and points of view?
So you're asking, you know what the points of view are, right? And I got a yes, it is. So I'm not sure. I don't know if it's good or bad but that's something that you can deal with yourself. But yes, I do feel that there's a shift in beliefs and ideas coming for him. And like I said, you're the one that knows whether it's good or bad.
Zulani R asks, some guys that my boyfriend knows tried to jump him yesterday. What did they want? They do. Why did they do that?
Usually, it has to do with
Gang relations.
well, either money or perceived threat. I think at the moment it was a perceived threat because people are bored and they're making things up. I would suggest very strongly that if you can, do not go in that area again. And because I don't believe it's over. And quite frankly, your boyfriend is at risk, and you yourself stay away from that, anything in those areas. Okay, because you are with him, you are so at risk.
Rachel N asks, does my immediate family know exactly who I'm dating?
I don't think they know exactly, no. Not some of them might, but the majority of them don't know.
Angel Wings asks, will it be long before my ex Gemini contacts me again? Jay. My ex Jay.
Oh, yeah, it'll be quite a while. I mean, at this moment, it would be not good if he contacted you.
Moonfeather asks, hey ladies, how are you? Just wondering if my energy is more masculine or feminine. I'm curious, please and thank you. And by the way, Eliz-sha, Elizabeth's dreams interpretation skills are amazing.
They are. She's just fabulous. Moonfeather?
Mm-hmm.
You have a really strong when you're in the energies. I can't see you in what I see as soon as I go in there in the energies. You have a very powerful shamanic, and it's male energy, which is a strong complement to your physical female energy. So it creates a yin yang or balanced situation when you work in the energies. When you work with that particular portion of who you are, the male part, acknowledge that part of you for what it is, and talk to that part of you when you're working as a male energy. Okay, so that will create a stronger bond. But while you're doing that, remember, always stay grounded as a female. If that helps, I hope that helps. Because you're definitely female. And you're definitely female energy. But when you work and you talk to that part of who you are, do be very be bleh, be very aware and speak to it as the male.
Tari Avalos asks, hello, I wanted to thank you for the answer of yesterday because I didn't have the time to. I wanted more information about that job. Will it be studies related?
I suspect you will get the job through studying, but and it's only a small part of the energy for you. Honestly, it's not like a major part for you. So you can look at it, you can play with it, but it really is not. It's just something. It's something that assists you to make ends meet. You know, when you absolutely need to have that extra book kind of thing. And I do believe, yes, I'm going to have to go with yes, it is studies related. Okay.
D Sparks says, I think Spirit is putting us in a big time out to think about our hearts, how we treat people, and getting in touch with our feelings/gut. We need to move out of fear and onto finding personal solution. Hearts to all. Thank you for your time and loving energy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying. You've got it. It's giving us a time to learn who we are. And honestly, who we are is pretty cool. We just don't trust who we are because we've never allowed ourselves to be that person. That makes sense.
Cynthia Halls asks, hello, blessings. Can I please have a message from my ancestors? Bless be.
Okay. That was very nice of your ancestors, but what they said was to pay attention to what I said at the beginning when I did the reading, and they're saying you're actually doing an admirable job of dealing with the situation at hand and spending a great deal of time learning. And you may not have been aware of it, but you're learning who you are even more each day. And they said the same thing back to you that you just said. Blessed be.
Jennifer Schwab asks, hello, ladies. Hope you're both doing well. Do my spirit guides have any advice for me? Thank you.
So basically what they're saying is this time of forced inaction, it continues, that and you spent the time probably cooking and talking and visiting with your children, that and you do a lot of meditating. They're saying that the meditation is going to help you meditation always helps, right? But it's going to help you stay in balance. And I don't know. Basically, they seem to think you're doing a good job. And your guides really like Rin. Rin, is it?
Yep.
As well. Every time I see your daughter's guides, they've got Rin with them. Or, Rin in energy form. And your guides, too, have Rin around them as well. I suspect Rin is quite a character.
Are you not done?
I can't think of anything more, but basically they're saying just keep up the good work. Okay. Gesundheit. That sneeze is it comes by it honestly. My father had a sneeze that would rock your ears off.
If I remember correctly, Grandma also had a fairly loud sneeze too.
Not like Grandpa's. I swear Grandpa's sneeze would lift the roof.
T-Team asks, will I have true love come my way in the near future?
Near future, no, but in the future, yes. And again, I'm going to be the nag. The more you love you, the more you're going to attract true love. Okay? And that is not just a joke, that's a real thing. The more you love yourself, the more love you can receive.
JJ asks, hello, do my guides have any advice for me for the next 2 weeks?
Didn't I just give one week ago?
Yep.
So let's just do it for a week. Do you have a place where you can go outside? You have a yard or something? Because they're suggesting you go outside and sit under a tree or something, or just be outside for a little bit. And they're suggesting you do it on your own. Not always on your own, I mean, but spend a good half hour a day, basically, with you can just being with you yourself, and what else? Basically, that's all they're suggesting is you spend half an hour a day just with you, and if you can do it outside, that would be.
I see many things. Thank you a lot.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad.
Emily Aquine says, thank you, Eliz-sha. Peace and blessings to you and your family.
Thank you.
AP asks, hi, Eliz-sha and Elle. Hope you're both well. May I please ask if you see me working in another country? Thank you.
Actually, not another country, but maybe a few other countries over the years. And that's, I think that's something that is a choice on your part. I think it's something because I think you really like I think you like the joy and thrill of travel. And so I do believe that is your future. You go for it, enjoy it. If somebody's going to use my printer, I better remove some stuff off.
B. Erla says, hello, both lovely ladies.
Hi, B.
Laura H. asks, hi, ladies. Hope everything is well with both. I'm taking a test in July. Will I pass this test?
Yes. That's all I got. Yes.
B. Erla asks, may I know if there's anything my late father would want to tell me? Thank you so much. Very much.
First of all, the first thing he said was trust yourself. And it's like you know things, but you don't trust that you can do them without somebody else helping you do them. And he's saying you can do all these things by yourself. You don't need anybody to do it for you or with you. And having said that, he also acknowledges that you can have somebody. It's make it a choice, not a necessity. Because he seems to think you're a very, 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 very capable human being, and that you should continue to be that very capable human being and make it as a choice rather than a necessity. Okay, did that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Moonfeather says makes total sense. It gave me goosebumps. Thank you.
Ah, cool.
Champagne Sea says, "Hi, Elisha and Elle. I'm wondering if we can see what is surrounding my energy at this time. I feel like I'm getting possibly spirit communications around me. Please and thank you."
Hang on. Yes, you are very definitely. You're getting more and more. You're getting more and more communications. Make sure that you do a white light around you or something like that, because it can be indiscriminate at this point. I mean, anybody can come in. So just always say, for my highest good, or may only the highest energy come in, or something to those lines. And I have a feeling that you come from a line of seers, probably. If not now, it was way back. And you should ask your ancestors' help for allowing the energy to come into you. If that makes sense, because it's a family tradition somewhere along the line, and you're going to be really good at it, but it's going to be different from what you read nowadays. It will be your style, not anybody else's style. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. And you're good at it.
Joy, Peace, and Love asks, "Hi, ladies. Hope you are doing well. May I ask, do my spirit guides have any advice for me? Thank you."
Yeah, they're saying sit in the boredom. Allow yourself to be really, really bored. Sit in it. And when you sit in the boredom, and that's when you do it, you do that kind of thing without thinking, no thought. You're going to find that there's no time for boredom. You're going to find there's no time for. I mean, I hope you understand what I mean by cabin fever, because it means being bored with being stuck in one place. You're going to find that there's a whole world opens up to you by sitting in the boredom, because it's hiding something that's very positive for you, if that makes sense. And only you can tap it. Okay.
Joy, T Team says thank you. Joy, Peace, and Love C says thank you for that on love. I received that as well. Queen Empress asks, "Hello, Elisha and Elle. I sent out my question to your email and yesterday."
I haven't seen it. So, okay, Wisdom Seekers.
Info at Wisdom Seekers.
Yeah, it didn't come in because I looked for it all day. Wisdom Seekers shifts. That'd be really hard. Can you put it into? Can you put an email? I will. Okay, because I didn't receive it. Because, like I said, I looked for it all day.
Box. Jen Fox, I do not see your question up on the chat. I apologize. If you can try, please
Rewrite it.
rewrite it.
Don't copy and paste, because I've noticed when a question doesn't come up and you copy and paste, it still doesn't come up. So rewrite it and maybe change a word or something in it.
Tay asks, thank you. I will do that when I can. Gabriela Almamia, or says not ask. Gabriela Almamia asks, hello, hope everyone is well. What do you see coming for me?
There's actually something fun and exciting coming your way. It's not in the realm of love, unfortunately, but it is something that is fun and happy and light energy. And I think it's something you're going to enjoy a great deal. It might possibly be, I don't know what it is. I just know that it's something that you're going to be very happy with, and it's going to make your heart light and joyful. Probably in about 3 weeks. Okay.
Yasmin Fox asks, hey, what changes are expecting me in April? Thank you.
All your changes are coming from the internal, and that's the drive right now, is the internal drive. Doesn't appear to be external drivers right now. It's more like, as a society, we're given a time to grow internally, and this is what is going to occur for you as well. We are going to drive and thrive internally.
AP says, thank you very much, Elisha. Jennifer Schwab says, great messages. Thank you for your time and energy. I've been trying to keep balance with everything going on. Meditation makes me feel strong and balanced. Rin is the center of attention for all.
I imagine. It's funny that this little creature has such a powerful energy around. It's almost like he's a bit of glue. Okay.
Next. Krista Charlton asks, hello ladies, can I have a card pulled, my lady?
So the card I pulled is Ace of Cups. It's a beginning of joys and happiness. And if you followed me at all, you know I talk about spirituality. It's not truly spiritual unless it's joyful, and I mean joyful. And it's a calm kind of joy. This is a new beginning. Something wonderful is happening. It's happening from the core of you, like the solar plexus, outwards. And it's not an external. It's not external coming to you. It's internal coming out, and you may find that you share it with somebody special, but it's not coming from outside. It's only coming from within, which is a true form of joy. Okay.
The Airless says, thank you, Elisha and Elle. I've needed that message. Lots of love to you both.
Oh, good, because your father thinks that he's very adamant that you're a very strong woman.
Maria Herrera asks, hello, do you see me moving very soon? Having some problems with downstairs neighbors due to Gohan playing. Thank you.
That's too bad because Gohan's a sweetheart. Um, I don't see you moving until all this energy is shifted and changed, and the stuff is lifted. But I think you'll find that when you do, there'll be a plethora of shifts and changes. So there is a lot of things out there. I still see a place where you can go out and a tiny patio or a sitting area where that's enclosed for you. You might be slightly smaller than what you've got, but in the meantime, I'm sure Gohan would hate it, but have you thought of putting on booties? Because I know our dogs, when they walk, they go click, click, click. We don't have anybody below us, but you can hear them. But maybe the booties might help him with the click clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm sorry, I have no other idea for that.
Jen Fox asks, will I be moving this year?
You might be moving. I'm not 100% sure it's this year, but it feels like the other end of the year. So the potential is very strong that you are going to move. The date, of course, can change because we have free will, but and it might be that for you, the new year starts in June or something. I think there's certain people that thinks of the new year as a June date. So if you're one of these people, then you're moving in the new year. But regardless, I don't see it happening quickly.
Princess Me asks, hi ladies, are my guides communicating through my meditations?
Are you asking the information you're getting, is it correct? And I'm going to suggest that you ask your heart that question, and if you get a yes, remember, no thinking. Thinking comes afterwards, not during. Always for everything, basically. Ask your heart, and if you get a yes or no, a feeling, a knowing, a really pretty smell of a gardenia, yourself kind of flower you really like. It can, or a sound of a bell that's really beautiful. Then the answer is something that you can determine, and that's exactly how you should determine it. I mean, I can't answer that for you. It's better you answer it for yourself. Okay.
Joy, Peace, and Love says it does, and thank you very much. Patricia Scowen asks, hi, I was just wondering, are you an Aquarian, Eliz-sha?
I'm not an antiquarian. No, I'm not. I'm a Libra.
Although you do have the mother and home vibe, so maybe Cancer. Can I have 3 cards, please? Thank you.
Cancer? Nope.
You might have Cancer in your moon or sun.
No,
or
it's
something.
Gemini.
Oh, I don't know.
I've got three heirs. Libra is my sun sign.
Yeah.
Gemini is, I think, my moon sign, and it's also my rising. It's a lot of airhead. I don't know this. This is what I've been told.
You say this like I understand. I understand even less than you do.
Yeah. So just so everybody knows, I really don't like pulling out the cards. I mean, I can read the cards, but
Patricia Scone says, I just said to myself, Libra.
Yep. Okay, so interesting. I got 2 major arcana. The first one is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess spends a lot of time being aware of what other people are feeling, thinking, and being aware also that they're probably not ready to hear what you have to say. And so you just sit there and watch and smile sweetly, because you know there are three-headed foxes and nine-tailed foxes. But other people are going, yeah, no, that doesn't exist. But you know the truth. You're coming to a time in your life when it's the wheel of fortune. It's something you're moving up. You're moving up. It's the end of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle. New cycle is going to happen shortly. It would be measured in weeks. And the last card is the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands. It's having put in the effort, worked hard. And if anybody knows anything about racehorses, they work their butts off, literally, or they make their butts bigger, literally. But they work very hard. It's not for the light of heart to be a horse trainer or to be the horse. And I know there are certain people out there, because I heard them yesterday say something really dumb. They treat the horses like slaves who are racehorses. Most of the horses that are racehorses love their job. I know, I work with horses. When the horse doesn't want to work, it doesn't work. It will find a way to be resistive and everything. And I was a barn manager, actually, not for race horses, but for 3D events. And the horses did it because they love it. We had a little horse, Chapeline, which means grasshopper, and he was a vaquero pony, cowboy pony. And when the first time he jumped, you could see his whole face light up with joy.
He was also a little shit.
He was a little ass. We have a lot of stories about that. Anyhow, what I'm saying is, you put in the effort, and you're going to reap the rewards, and you're going to be pleased with yourself for these rewards that you're reaping, because you know them and you earned them. So your life is in flux, it's shifting, it's changing. Be aware that when you look at people, you're not looking down on them. You're aware of who they are. There's a difference. And you can say, yes, they're not at the level that can comprehend this information. I am not going to tell them yet, or ever, depending whether they change or shift. Okay, if that makes sense, you're shifting, you're becoming more. Allow yourself to be the wise woman. And the Buddhist way is, when somebody asks, then they're ready. And that's how I do it. When somebody asks, I'll tell them. But until they ask, I don't tell them. Okay.
SLSL asks, hello ladies, how are you? If I direct message on Instagram for Alan, does he answer me?
I gotta know, but not because he wasn't interested. It's more like, and it could be my viewpoint, because somebody did that to me, and I'm going, what the heck is that? I'm so confused, because I had no idea what it was. It's basically like he misses it, or he doesn't understand what it is. It's better to find a safer way of sending that information, because I don't feel that he lacks interest. It's just your choice might be not the right choice of sending the message out. Something that is not going to get lost in the clutter of the phone or something.
Laura H says, thank you so much for that message. SLSL says, thank you so much. Love. Queen Empress says, thank you. I went through the link on your website.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. But I've been looking for. I looked for it all day yesterday.
It might be.
Let me look again.
In a different
file.
Not file, but in a different. mail delivery system. We'll have to check there
Okay.
too.
Because
Krista Charlton says thank you. Thank you, inspirational, much needed. Gabriela Almamia says thanks, so much blessings. MH says hi, Eliz-sha, you look great.
thank you. I'm going to wash my hair. That's why I haven't put it up into a braid.
Patricia Scowen says you have a lot of lovely feminine qualities, so I can see Libra. Camber Single Aquarius asks, hey y'all, I wanted to wish everybody a beautiful, blessed day, and I would like to know what my guides / angels would want to tell me. Please and thank you. God bless.
What was the name again? The first name?
Kimber.
Kimber. So your guides are kind of rocking, and the song I heard was Rockin' Robin. So if you don't know what it is, Google Rockin' Robin. I think it's from the 50s. They're just your guides are just out there, and they're just doing some pretty cool moves, actually. And I think they're trying to get you to follow their example. And I don't know if you're young or old, but you can, if you're older like me, you can even dance in your chair or listen to the music and have good memories. But I suspect what they're asking you to do is to move just a bit more, become and be open to moving more. And when I say open to moving more, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. I'm not trying to be rude. I have a feeling you're a little bit complacent in your spirituality, and they're trying to get you to edge out of that. Just edge out of it and go into the realm of, oh, isn't that so cool? Instead of, yeah, I've got this. I'm pretty good at it. And you are really good at it. You've got a really strong basis. Move out. Try more. Okay.
Jeanette Preston asks,
Jeanette.
hello, dear Eliz-sha and Elle. I hope you are well. Do you feel anything for me from my guides?
So I know you've been going through a sort of enforced quiet. And I don't know if you're still in that state or not, but I have the feeling that, yes, you are. And that you're going to stay there until you're going to stay in that rather enforced energy until you allow you give in. Okay. And it's something, you're a very strong lady, and it's hard for you to give in, but you have to give in. And you're the one that knows what giving in is all about. So good luck with that. But the faster you give in, the faster you get to be mobile again.
Patricia Scowen says, that's how I work, Eliz-sha. Sometimes I push it because spirit needs all the help they can get, and people are ready to listen. I help those I can. Thank you. Lovely reading.
Good choice.
Miss Alchemy says, I've been playing that song and posted the movie trailer, Rockin' Robin.
Yeah.
Queen Empress asks, any messages from my guides today?
Queen Empress?
Yeah.
Trust yourself. You're going to a state where you don't feel secure or sure about yourself. And I can feel the hesitation. And your guides are saying, trust yourself. And sit in the energy. And again, I'm going to say sit in the energy without thinking. It's the energy of non-thinking that makes the mind is meant to be used after you know what you want to do. So sit in the energy of non-thinking, feel it, and be assured. So this is very difficult. I'm not sure how to tell you this. Stand proud, be centered, and know you're in the right. When you know you're in the right, everything that comes at you will bounce off. And you're dealing with bullies. So the only way to deal with a bully is to be assured that you're right. 100%, 150% sure you're right. Okay. So stand in your power. Allow the energy of the universe to flood you. Be sure. Okay.
Kimber Signal Aquarius says, thank you, ladies. Jennifer Schwab says, I love when your hair is flowing, so pretty. I hope you ladies have a wonderful, blessed day. Miss Alchemy asks, if I may ask if I have a message from my angels, loved ones, whoever have passed over.
So I have an energy that's like a ant energy. It could be a great aunt, but it's somebody who's on this side, the other side, not my side. I'm still alive, and she sends you a great deal of love. And she wants you to know you're being supported. It's very important that you know you're being supported, because there are times you feel you're 100% sure you're not being supported. And she wants you to know that you are being supported. And it's that they have your back. You know, it doesn't matter what people say. It matters what you feel. And they your guides have your back. They support you. They know you. They know that where you're coming from, and they know that what you're dealing with is not necessarily. It's not necessarily. Don't give it as much credence as you have, and look to see why they're doing that. I have a feeling you're going to find that the ulterior motives are a little bit you have to be very powerful and very strong, and I can't answer this one I can't answer more than that online, because there's a lot going on. And we have a $10 reading on wisdomseekers.net.
Click the ad and it'll take you to that special.
Ask this question of Elizabeth. She's the one that can answer this question. There's a lot going on, and it's more than normal.
Jeanette Preston says, ha 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 ha, I'm always the one to give in, lol. Thank you though, and yes, I'm still taking it easy.
No, not you give into other people. I'm talking about giving into yourself.
Miss Alchemy says, thank you, ladies. You're beautiful and help us all. Help all of us. Queen Empress says, thank you so much. Jennifer Schwab says, thank you. I pray you have a beautiful, blessed day as well. Oh, that was to Kimber. Tay says, thank you both for your time and energy. Enjoy the rest of your day. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, we're right at an hour too. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Okay. So what am I going to do? I'm going to say goodbye, I guess, because I have a couple of readings to write out. And hopefully I'll have one from
Queen Empress.
Queen Empress. I thought that's what it was, but I'm really notoriously bad at names.
She doesn't even know my name, and she named me.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, thank you very much. It's been fun today. Namaste. Namasko.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hopefully. It's funny.